What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by Geekdom 101 again for a Dragon Ball Super Champa arc discussion. So small spoilers in case you have been keeping up with the most recent episodes, but mostly this video is going to be speculation, talk, and theory, and all that good stuff. Now, our main topic kind of goes off the most recent episode because there's one thing that happened in it that caught both mine and Geekdom's eye. Geekdom, you want to mention that part we're talking about real fast?
Well, I was hit up about it on Twitter as well. A lot of people were mentioning, hitting me up about it. But basically, it seems like Beerus may have sinister motives. Like, it's almost as if what they're doing is they're building up this, like, Bulma-Beerus kind of feud where it seems like we don't really know what Beerus is going to wish for if they win the tournament and get the Super Dragonballs. In the upcoming tournament, and Bulma's a little bit suspicious of that, so Beerus makes this kind of sinister-looking face, but it could be a red herring. But I know a lot of people in the community have speculated about whether or not Beerus may actually end up being the villain of this arc, going back to the Battle of Gods kind of,
The days.
Those days. There you go.
It's funny because, like, a lot of people are messaging me saying, so what do you think Champa is going to do to be, I guess, evil? Like, a lot of people are saying that Champa is going to be the one that's going to come out being the villain of this arc. But honestly, the more I see Champa, the more I realize the last person likely to be a villain is him. He's lazy. He's chill. All he literally wants to do is just eat. And on top of it, looking how Universe 6 is, everybody seems to be good over there. So, like, Champa is, I guess, he's like the good brother, whereas Beerus is like the evil twin in a way. Does that make sense?
So you're telling me that you're thinking the opposite of what most of the community originally thought, that Champa's actually more benevolent and that Beerus is the dick. That's kind of what you're telling me.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the past so far, the history with it, it seems that Champa has Vados to do all the dirty work. It's like, yeah, blow up the planet, blow up, do this, do that. I feel like when it comes down to it, Champa is kind of like the chill guy, whereas Beerus, we clearly saw him like pull a bunch of dick moves in the time that we see him as a character. We've seen him destroy stuff. We've seen him, kill, countless probably people. He's an asshole. So, honestly, I think when it comes down to it, what's going to happen after this tournament is over, two things are going to happen, actually. Either one, the team will lose, in which case Beerus will flip out and get angry at Goku and everybody and have to fight him. Or one, Beerus will win and he'll use the Dragon Balls for evil, in which case they still might have to fight him. So, I kind of feel like they're going to go in that direction when it comes down to it.
Well, it's funny because I remember when the picture for the Dragon Ball Super, I guess the logo or whatever went on Toei. I remember I talked to you and Quinn. That was the first night I actually ever talked to you, was that night. And I remember, I forget if it was you or Quinn who said that, I think it was you, but I could be wrong, who said that you were absolutely sure that Champa was the villain because
that's Quinn. That's definitely Quinn.
That was, okay, that was Quinn then, yeah. He had that sinister look on his face, or as we called him back then, the fat Beerus. And now what you're telling me is that, no, it's backwards, that Beerus might actually be the dick the entire time. Well, one thing that you and I have talked about this, and you've done videos about it, is the fact that Beerus in Super is very different than Beerus in the Battle of Gods film, because not very different, but he does come off like much more of a douche. Yeah. Battle of Gods, he's doing the break dancing, he's having a good time, enjoying the food, chilling until Boo essentially pisses him off. But in Super, if he does become the next villain, so to speak, I feel like that does tie into the Super version of Beerus, which is kind of a bummer because Beerus is I kind of like the Battle of Gods Beerus. The fact that he's not that evil, he's kind of like Goku. When I first saw that movie, I noticed that Beerus and Goku were very, very, very similar characters, and that's what made that movie so amazing. The fact that Beerus wants to eat and wants a challenge, just like Goku.
Yeah.
They're very much alike, yeah. And now if he's going to do that, but I'll be honest with you, I think part of me believes that the sinister motives thing with the little smirk that he had is a red herring to make people think that he's going to do something really bad, when at the end of the day, he might just wish for food or something, And what if that episode's like the last episode of Super? Like, the last episode ends with Beerus wishing for a planet made entirely of cup ramen or something, or a machine that will make unlimited ramen, and then Champa and Beerus live happily ever after. That would be a fun ending, I think.
Well, what I think could happen actually is, because I feel like there's part of Beerus is kind of annoyed with Earth and everybody, but the only reason why he likes Earth is because he gets the food. The possible wish that I could see Beerus pulling off is like you said, a planet full of awesome food. Now, if he has that, the bad thing is Earth is not going to be spared. No other planet in the universe is going to be spared. He'll destroy everything and then come back to chill on his food planet. I think that could happen. As far as Champa, I mean, my stance of Champa is I think he's neutral. Since day one, I always thought he was a neutral character. And I feel like he's going to be that character. I mean, if it comes down to it, I feel like even if there's a war between Universe 6 and 7, Champa will just go back to his crib and just not really do anything. Although he might find Beerus just because they have the whole brotherly rivalry. But ultimately, I feel like what we can kind of assume or think is going to happen after this tournament is done is just going to be some kind of fight between Beerus and XYZ. But the other possible villain, actually, that you and I discussed in the past, is also Hit, because I feel like Hit is hiding something. Didn't they say he was dangerous?
Well, yeah, he's. I forget where I read that he was like some kind of.
It was on the website, the Toei website.
It must have been somewhere there that he was dangerous. But I remember also hearing he may actually be a hero. But maybe that's just in my own head. I do remember reading that he definitely. I mean, he certainly looks dangerous. He looks much more serious. He's being promoted alongside Goku. I do believe, and I did a video on my channel with Super Jan. We did a full. And I'm not plugging it, but go check it out if you don't mind. It's a full prediction for the tournament, specifically just like the winners and the losers. And we both predicted the last fight to be Hit versus Monaka, and we predicted that to be the finals, which people might not agree because it's not Goku, but I do believe that Goku's not going to be closing it. So it could be possible that maybe Hit wins this whole thing, and then Beerus is mad at Monaka, or maybe Monaka wins and Hit says screw it, and he becomes the next villain. Maybe he gathers the Dragon Balls, the Super Dragon Balls, and steals the wish. I mean, there's so many things that could happen, and I actually believe, honestly, that has a better chance of happening than Beerus being the final villain.
Yeah.
I mean, we're discussing.
The whole Beerus evil thing is a small chance because I feel like it's too obvious of a thing. The only reason why I even talk about this is because of Smirk. Had he not smirked like that, I wouldn't even like think about Beerus being the villain. Because I mean, the thing that what I originally thought was going to happen was Champa was collecting the Dragon Balls to overthrow Beerus. I felt like that was going to be it, and then we found out later that's not the case. Now I feel like what could possibly happen is if they get the 7th Dragon Ball, let's say Hit is a bad guy. I can see Hit using the balls to make himself the next god. Because remember, these Dragon Balls have no limits. You can wish for it. If you want to wish to be a god of destruction, you can. What? Actually, that's funny. What if the Dragon Balls is how you become a god of destruction? You wish for it. Ooh.
I mean that's possible, but with the fact that Whis and Vados, like, where do they come from? How do they fit into this? I feel like maybe. I don't know. We're just headcanoning right now. We're just speculating. But maybe the Super Dragon Balls is how you become like a Whis or a Vados. You know, which
also
is
possible.
higher than I don't know. I just feel like there's so many unanswered questions, and it's kind of exciting. Of course, we really don't know where this is going. And part of me is like, you know, I know that I have been. Not just me, but a lot of us have been very critical of the time problems in Super because the timeline now really makes no sense. You know, Bulma should have either already had Bra or Bulla or been pregnant. She's not even supposed to see Goku at all during this time, but she still sees him in age 780. So I have issues with it, but at the same time, like the little kid inside of me, the Dragon Ball fan side of me, doesn't even care if they change the ending of Z. Like, I have two different points of view. Like, I don't want them to change the ending of Z because I don't want them to disrespect the past, but I want them to kind of go as far as they can with this.
I honestly wouldn't mind if they change it. We're getting kind of off topic here, and we can do a separate video on this as well. But I would not be opposed if they change the ending, just because I wasn't really satisfied with the whole Oob ending. But again, we can do a whole other video about this. What I wanted to go back to was I just had a thought that I completely blanked out on. I always do this.
Sorry about that. Well, I will say one thing though about the Beerus Champa thing. One of the things that I find very amusing is that, and this is typical Dragon Ball humor, and it's humor in good comedy fiction, is that Beerus and Champa are essentially gods beyond anything that we've ever seen before, but they're so childish and childlike, just like Goku. And I love the fact that they're essentially, I don't think either one of them, in my opinion, I don't think either one of them are terribly malicious. They're just very, very childish. They're always fighting. Yeah. They're always greedy for food and greedy for things. They're like little kids. They're not, I don't think they're inherently evil. I don't see them enjoying torturing people like Frieza or getting a thrill out of people's horrified faces like Cell. I think they just are put in the position of power, and they just are so immature that they just do whatever the hell they want. Because Beerus, you can tell Beerus is so damn immature in every scene with Whis, so it's just fantastic.
Actually, that reminds me of what I was going to say. Ultimately, no matter which path the story takes with this arc, or what happens beyond it, I can make one prediction that I'm 100% sure is going to happen, and that is that neither Champa or Beerus will die.
No, I don't think they're going to die either, but if they do die, it has to, again, I've said it before, if they do die, it has to be from some really evil like bastard, and I really want Whis and Vados to fight. I mean, I've said it before. I've said it a lot in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be really disappointed if we don't see Whis and Vados fight at some point, bro.
I want to see that. I want to see that. As I said in my couple videos ago, actually I mentioned a couple times, Dragon Ball is a story about this invincible kid. Dragon Ball Z now introduces stronger villains, which the Z fighters overcome, become stronger themselves. And now in Dragon Ball Super, where you think that Goku and Vegeta are the strongest, they're not. Dragon Ball Super is all about people who are even stronger than the villains, than the characters that we grew up under. So I feel like seeing Vados and Whis fight will complete that, I guess, missing holes in our heart. So I definitely want to see both of them fight.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also like the video, I think you and I did a video months ago about this. It's still on your channel. Go find it. I forget the name of the video, though. But we talked about how this series is basically about Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, Whis, Champa, and Vados. Everybody else is pretty much just a side character. I mean, I know Gohan fans might not like that. Maybe Gohan will come back now with the promised training, but it really is about them. And I want them to really focus on those 6 characters. I think I'm okay with that. I don't think they should put that much focus on, like, Yamcha. Well, they won't. But you know what I mean. Sorry, Piccolo. I don't think he really matters at this point.
One last thing I do want to say, based on seeing that there's a time skip, obviously, between episode 28 and 27 where Frieza died, we could see Gohan do something in this arc, but I still don't think he'll join the tournament.
Nah, but I mean, I had always thought in my head, like my whole thought, right, in my head was, again, this is my own headcanon. This is not, before I say this, this is not a spoiler or anything official. It's what I thought was that somebody during that tournament who got eliminated would leave the tournament, sneak out, go to Earth, and start wrecking shit, and Gohan would be the first kind of line of defense.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah. So Gohan's by himself. He's like, shit, I'm by myself. Everybody else in the tournament, I have to do this myself. And then he doesn't have to be the main hero, but he could also have like a little shine there by fighting one of these guys and maybe not beating him, but being toe-to-toe with him, and then he can either lose or he can win, whatever you want. There's so many things they can do. Like I said a couple weeks ago on your channel, Toriyama has handed Toei 10 years worth of storylines. I hope that they use them.
Yep. With that said, we pretty much talk about what we want to talk about. So comment below if you think Beerus could be the villain, or if you think someone else, or if you have any other theories based on what we talked about. Feel free to comment below. But it's exciting stuff. Let's see what happens over the course of the next couple weeks as we go further into the Champa arc. So yeah, Geekdom, anything else?
No, man, I'm excited. This is like I said before, this is the most exciting time now because Dragon Ball Super has really started. Now it's where it really starts. Forget that movie remake crap. Like, honestly, I might never watch those episodes again except for one other time.
I could watch Battle Gods, but Resurrection F I'll probably never watch unless they like really... Nah, I'm not going to watch Resurrection F. The movie I am, not the anime.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe once or twice again, but I feel like if you were to watch the 2 movies and start with episode 28, you're fine. I mean, you missed a little bit of stuff, but that's it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this quick discussion. If you did, leave a like rating below. Any feedback, comments, questions, whatever. And, Geekdom and I will do our best to answer everything. But I guess we'll see you guys next time for another discussion.
Bye.